Robots are one of the most exciting creations of modern technology. Right now, robots are being used in supermarkets, restaurants, and even hospitals. But some over-the-top robots with absurd designs are also becoming popular. Here is a list of crazy robots you never knew existed before. Number 1. The Flappy Bird Bot. Is there anything robots can't do? From performing high-risk, specific tasks at industrial manufacturing sites to delivering food, robots are taking over all kinds of new roles these days, and people love it. This is usually because they help humans reduce their manual labor and redirect their energy towards easier and safer jobs. But all robots aren't created for a purpose, and the Flappy Bird Bot is one of them. If you didn't already know, Flappy Bird was a mobile game created by a Vietnamese developer. The game was only popular for a short period of time, and as people started to get bored, the hype fizzled out. Even though the game was extremely popular at first, a lot of people also got discouraged by how difficult it was. Winning at a Flappy Bird game was a notoriously difficult task, even though people dedicated a lot of their time trying to master it. Some Flappy Bird fans decided that if humans weren't able to master the game entirely, a machine certainly could. Vietnamese developers Shi Zhu Kun and Liu Yang wanted to create a bot that had only one purpose: to win at all Flappy Bird games. And even though the bot doesn't seem very useful, it certainly grabbed a lot of attention. The game became relevant again, and Flappy Bird fans were fascinated by the bot's spectacular performance. The two Cloud T Studio engineers were also satisfied with how well their game was doing and made a whole video explaining how the bot senses obstacles in the game and avoids them, ensuring a clear victory for the Flappy Bird each time. Now, nobody ever has to lose a Flappy Bird game again. Number 2. Automato. Have you ever wished that there was an easier way to pour ketchup onto your food? Even though pouring some ketchup out on a plate doesn't seem like a hard job, some people find it inconvenient. After all, since the point of technology is to find easier ways to do things, engineers Bill Feinup and Barry Kudrowitz came up with a perfect solution to their condiment pouring problems. Both gentlemen felt that picking up a ketchup bottle and attempting to squirt it on their food was messy and took too much time. A better idea was to have a bot do that job for them. This is why both men designed a robot that would specialize in the art of pouring ketchup. They based this on another bot that they had created before known as the Catsup, which also had a similar job. Even though their bot doesn't have an extremely important job, it's still fascinating to look at and might even be useful to some. At number 3, the E-Delicious Machine. The E-Delicious Machine is another crazy robot created under the official Thai Delicious Committee in Thailand. You might not be aware of this, but this committee is actually funded by the government and works to improve food quality in Thailand. When the government noticed that Thai food quality was declining steadily, they wanted to find ways to improve it immediately. This was to improve the general public health, but also to ensure that poor food options did not affect the country's thriving tourism industry. Unlike the condiment pouring bot, the E-Delicious Machine actually had an important job. It tastes the food and produces a chemical signature for it. This chemical signature is created when a food sample conductivity is observed at various voltages. It might seem complicated, but the chemical signature can be used to compare to other popular signatures for the dish. So even though the bot might not experience the flavor of the dish, it does try to deduce what humans would like more. The database of chemical signatures that the bot compares its signature with is derived from human taste testers. This means that thousands of human taste preferences have been converted into chemical signatures and compiled into a database. This database is used by the bot to judge food taste and quality, but critics have pointed out how the Thai government wasted almost $100,000 to develop this fancy bot when they could have just saved themselves some time and effort and just hired a couple of human taste testers to do the job. At number 4, Janken Robot. The Janken robot is also known as the Rock, Paper, Scissors robot and was developed by the University of Tokyo's Ishikawa Watanabe Lab. As the name suggests, the whole point of this bot is to master the rock, paper, scissors game, but predicting a response from a human is a difficult task. So, scientists worked on a human-machine cooperation design that would create a bot with a 100% winning rate at the popular game. According to the minds behind this crazy invention, the robot hand-playing a classic game of rock, paper, scissors was extremely fascinating fascinating, and they wanted to try it out with a bot that never lost. And if you're wondering how the Janken manages to win every time, it has a high-speed camera and some advanced recognition software. This helps it to predict the human opponent's next move within milliseconds. In fact, its ability to record human reactions makes it one of the most powerful surveillance devices out there. And maybe it might be sponsored for further development by security agencies around the world to create a bot that could surveil other kinds of human interaction too. At number 5, Shiri. Shiri is a bot developed by Nobuhiro Takahashi, and according to this Japanese inventor, the robot was created to approach the creation of sensitive and subtle expressions by a humanoid robot using organic constructs. If you're not sure what that means, this bot is basically designed to react to human touch. The idea is to create a bot that would react to the human touch the same way another human would. And even though the bots are far from developing any human empathy, some of them can mimic human reactions. But what really catches the eye is how Shiri is shaped. The bot is shaped to look like a human's backside. Even the name Shiri means buttocks in Japanese. Even though this bot serves no particular purpose, it's interesting to see the backside-shaped bot react to user slaps or caresses. And even though this whole concept sounds crazy, it shows us that artificial intelligence and robotics are starting to figure out ways to create bots that mimic human reactions. At number 6, Gluteus Maximus. Another bot that is shaped like a human backside is the Gluteus Maximus. This was created by Samsung in Korea to test out the durability of new phones. So clearly, Japan isn't the only country working to create tushy-shaped bot tech. This robot came into being after Apple's iPhone Plus Bendgate scandal that shocked users all over the world. After it made headlines, Samsung thought it would be a good idea to show users how they test out their phones for quality and durability. So the company made a video detailing some stress tests that each Samsung phone goes through before it is officially released to the market. The most memorable part of that video for lots of fans was seeing the Gluteus Maximus sit on each of the phones to test out their strength. If you're wondering what it is, the bot looks like a human backside made entirely of metal. It's also wearing jeans to complete the look. Number 7, the Female Figure Bot. The Female Figure Bot is a creepy robot dancer that was envisioned by Jordan Wolfson. The artist also wanted to present the bot for everyone to see, so they exhibited at the David Zwirner Gallery in New York. According to Wolfson, the bot works with facial recognition technology that allows the robot to focus on and even follow people around. And it might seem creepy, but that's exactly what it did at the exhibition. So if you think a scuffed-up female dancer robot wasn't creepy enough, it also follows you around and remembers your face. It seems like something out of a sci-fi movie with a bad ending. The bot was initially impaled on an ugly pole sticking out of a mirror at the exhibition. It would look around constantly and register the faces coming inside the place. Some people were even creeped out by it, but others appreciated how Wolfson managed to create an absurd, useful, yet incredibly creepy piece of art. At number 8, the Sysmac and Delta Ping Pong Robot. Engineers at Japan's Omron Corporation have recently created something known as the Sysmac and Delta Ping Pong Robot. But they aren't the first ones to try and build a ping pong playing robot. In fact, researchers and developers in the past have also tried to build similar bots that could give human players a run for their money during a ping pong game. And even though the Sysmac and Delta robot seems to be an impressive opponent in the game, people who played against the robot at a famous tech expo in Tokyo could only manage to play a couple of shots with it. The Sysmac and Delta robot is also really huge and looks like an intimidating opponent too. This can be one of the factors that influence its victory at ping pong games too. And with that, we'll wrap up this video. Thanks for watching.